Welcome to the Hive. Says Wolf Spain 5 you going live now on YT. Invited young Ricky 83 to your current party. They have 1 minute to accept. Invited Tree 98873 to your current party. They have 1 minute to accept. Invited Lansica to your current party. They have 1 minute to accept. Invited Staff 2106 to your current party. They have 1 minute to accept. Says Yakup 1002. Says Says Sykeskiev Pitu Evu. Says Kramske Malik Balirdasi. Says WYM 2927 you I'm gonna let you W my twin. Says Crescent2007. Says I got you 1698 you had HDIR ma NH Fageschicht. Warning, party chat is not private chat. It is subject to regular chat. Says Kramske he. Tree 98873 wants you to join their party. Open the party menu to accept. Says Tree 98. Says Sammy Yosa plus JA Habi. Says this member is already in your party. This player has already been invited. Invited Tree 98873 to your current party. They have 1 minute to accept. Tree 98873 was invited to your party by Lansica. Says Fire 191919 WSP bro. Says Kramskani. Says Tree 98. Says SKYZZ 5152 plus how were your tests? Says I got you 1698 you okay lol. Says Kramsk 10 mu. Says WYM 2927 you ak okay. Says Kramsk Banjur Sektin Velatmisim La. Says Tree 98873 I not really used to this model. Says Steely Tester 190 UIMA go and CYA, smiley face. Says Einhorn 113430 off underscore. Says Sykeskate Deagle Missin Sen. Says WYM 2927 UOOP. Says Kramsk Eved. Says Fire 191919 Physics cooked me. Says Kramsk Ben Yeni 13 Oldum Law. Says Sykes ha ha. Says SK. This member is already in your party. This member is already in your party. This member is already in your party. Invited Staff 2106 to your current party. They have 1 minute to accept. Invited Tree 98873 to your current party. They have 1 minute to accept. Says Sykeskyuk. Says Party Wolf Spain 5 yes Tree. Says Party Staff 2106 yes he live. Says Kramsk Tam am. Says SKYZZ 5152 plus this gon be hard weeks but you can do it easily. Says Party Tree 98873. Says Kramsk Bekelma Yadun Dimi Ske cooked case. Says I got you 1698 you cam. Says Fire191. Says Party Wolf Spain 5 we are live on YouTube. Says Party Tree 98873. Says Cramps K Nolduo. Says Party Staff 2106 I changed YT avatar. Says Fire1919119YP. Says SKYZZ 5152 plus OK enjoy your food. Says Sykes Coglane and Barry Bana Seek Mateklafy Eddie. Says Sammy Yusa plus was. Says Cramps K Abubu. Says Sykes Cole Ne. Says Cramps K Ne Deaton. Says Sykes Arcada Simon EXI. Says I got you 1698 Uter chat. Says Cramps K Obey. Says Sykes Kyok Deedim. Says Cramps K C Kinty. Says Sammy Yusa plus OK. Says Party Staff 2106 I watching. Says Sykes Ne Disem. Says Sykes C Kinty Cardisem Yat. Follow our Instagram at The Hive MC. Says Cramps K Kabul Iderdim. Says Party Wolf Spain 5 sorry for wait just got a short stream out 3. Says Sykes Kihi. Says Party Staff 2106 it's okay. Tree 98873 left your party. Says Sykes Kodasin in Saranuan. Says Cramps K Sakala. Says Sykes Ki Ei. Says Wolf Spain 5 you going live now. Tree 98873 has gone offline. Says Sykes off. Says Sykes Xi killed him. Says Cramps Kason and Modin Nidosuk. Says Party Staff 2106 I said I'm hacking. Says Cramps K Oyunjire Lim Isterson. Says Party Staff 2106 3 hours ago. Says Sykes Coinwayamam Ki Yat. Says Cramps K All Sun. Says Party Staff 2106 I know. Says Party Staff 2106 at. Says Party Wolf Spain 5 you got ban? Says Sykes Ei Lanhadi Gyrek. Says Party Staff 2106 nope. Says Party will. Says Cramps KO Warsda. Says Party Staff 2106 name of Hakasator at CLLH 1644. Says Cramps K Yenazini Kur. Says Sykes Kibikal. Says Party Wolf Spain. Says Party Staff 20. Says Wolf, NXZLLQ joined. Tkanator 50, missed 1 Cal 8362 joined. 13/16. You voted for Castletown. Virgay 1901 joined. 14/16. Arist joined. 15/16. Up 6 joined. 15/16. Crescent. Innocent. Try to survive. Collect gold coins to earn rewards. The Emerald Armory key has been found. No teaming. Teamers will be banned. Follow our Twitter at The Hive MC. Game over. The Innocents won this round. You survived. You were Wolf. It's Menace joined. 1616. You voted for Backrooms. Says Party Staff 2106 Tomorrow ILVL up in MM. Voting has ended. Castletown won with. Says Party Staff 210. Innocent. Try to survive. Collect gold coins to earn rewards. Says Party Staff 2106 GG. Says 85 Noah 57500 UYEE. No teaming. Teamers will be banned. The Ruby Armory key has been found. The Sapphire Armory key has been found. Game over. The Innocents won this round. You survived. Wolves. Danya Ma 17 joined. 516. Rom. You voted for Backrooms. Hab 1 Keen 1 Ulan joined. 1616. Says 30. Says Party Staff 2106 KK. Says 45 Jacks Mu you type 1 if you care. Innocent. Try to survive. Collect gold coins to earn rewards. No teaming. Teamers will be banned. The Emerald Armory key has been found. The Sapphire Armory key has been found. The Ruby Armory key has been found. Quest complete. The armory gates are unlocking. Claim your arrow at the armory chest. Join our Discord, run/Discord or visit discord.gg/hive. You've received a one-shot bow. Use what? Game over. The Innocents won this round. Says 45 Jacks Mu you. Wolf. Kinkxman83 joined. 66. You voted for office. Innocent. Try to survive. Collect gold coins to earn rewards. Says 38 Wolf Spain 5U. Says 38 Wolf Spain 5U on YT. The sheriff has died. Find the magnifying glass to become the new sheriff. A new sheriff has arrived. Game over. The innocents won this round. You survived. Says party staff 2106. Wolf. Says 27. Z legally enjoined. 6. You voted for Castletown. Says 56 WCQSTU for real. Voting has ended. Castletown won. Innocent. Try to survive. Collect gold. No team. Says 27 Merksha you at staff. Says party Wolf Spain 5 green skin. Says 68 staff 2106 you hey. The ruby armory. The sapphire armory key has been found. Says 68 staff 2106 you high at Merksha. The armory gates are unlocking. Expect some action, all have access to arrows. Didn't get your store purchase? Try/fix purchase. This member is already in your party. This member is already. Says Ghost 56 WCQSTUH8. Says 38 Wolf Spain 5 Unuu. Says 68 Staff 20. Wolf loves 0 SSA joined. 4. You voted for office. Voting has ended. Office 1 with 12. Innocent. Try to survive. Collect gold coins to earn rewards. No teaming. Teamers will be banned. Welcome to the Hive. You have 4 online friends. Staff 2106 wants you to join their party. Open the party menu to accept. Joined Lansica's party. Crescent200705 was invited to your party by Staff 2106. Says Master Phidias 08 WB Luis, happy face. Crescent200705 joined the party. Party ownership given to Wolfsbane 5 by Lansica. Need help? Go to support.playhive.com. Says Party Crescent 200705 tie for the invite. Says G's Luis 8496 plus I'm back. Says Master Phidias 08 WB. Says Rotka plays EMC Soswo. Says Master Phidias 08 welcome back. Says Master Phidias 08 so. Says Wolfsbane 5 you streaming now. Says Master Phidias 08 I just did a bet with my life on it I. Says G's Luis 8496 plus WDYM. Says VMYQ. Says Master Phidias 08 Whelp. Says VMYQ 2805 actually dash. Says Zielska you it's okay DW. Says Raw Jockey 4688 I wanna do 1v1s. Says Master Phidias 08 I talked with Ami. Says VMYQ 2805 I go CSS. Says Raw Jockey 4688 how do I join custom servers? Says Zielska UNPP. Says G's Luis 8496 plus OK. Says Master Phidias 08 and I bet with her. Says Xact UAFK5. Says G's Luis 8496 plus I just. Says Master Phidias 08 I will be gone. Says Master Phidias 08 true. Says G's Luis 8496 plus what? Says Master Phidias 08 but. Says G's Luis 8496 plus why will you be gone? Says Master Phidias 08 if I win I get her back. Finding. Crazy'll joined. 10/16. Crescent 200705 joined. Topper Catton joined. 12/16. You voted for Harvest. Pingu Pipabida joined. 15/16. Avid Alpaca 00860 joined. 16/16. Voting has ended. Harvest won with 10. Set your block to hay. Tree98873 has come. Set your block to barrel. Says 67 Wolfsbane 5U stream. Set 20 seconds until seekers released. Found someone breaking the rules? Report them with /report. Says 75 staff 2106U but I hide. 10 seconds until seekers released. 5 seconds until seekers released. 3 seconds until seekers released. 2 seconds until seekers released. 1 second until seekers released. The seekers have been released. Crescent200705 Barrel was killed by Wolfsbane 5. Player 247527286 Mossy Cobblestone was killed by Wolfsbane 5. Pingu Pipabita Barrel was killed by Crescent200705. Toppercatten Mossy Cobblestone was killed by Wolfsbane 5. TTV Viper 1474 Oak Leaves was killed by Wolfsbane 5. Says 75 staff 2106 The remaining block types have been revealed to the seekers. Ginger Ninja 2883 Barrel was killed by Wolfsbane 5. Avid Alpaca 00860 Oak Leaves was killed by TTV Viper 1474. Arakantimu, Mossy Cobblestone, was killed by Fabio STRXX5. Young Ricky 83, Oak Leaves, was killed by Crazield. A Schultze has gone offline. Staff 2106, Mossy Cobblestone, was killed by Young Ricky 83. Says 75 Staff 2106 Brew. Says 67 Wolfsbane 5 Nugu. Port Clamp 357284, Melon, was killed by Arakantimu. Says 75 Staff 2106 Nugu LOL. Follow our Instagram at The Hive MC. Says 50 Crescent200705 the lag. Komaru 7, says 67 Wolfsbane 5 agree. Says 75 Staff 2106 I don't know. Game over. The sneaky hiders won the game. Young Ricky 83 left your party. Young Ricky 83 has gone offline. Says 75. Says 67. Plum Python 964 joined. You voted for Jimmy James Gamer joined. 15/16. Searwall 7811 joined. 16/16. Says 67. Voting has ended. Harvest 1 with 11. Says 70. Set your block to barrel. "20 seconds until seekers released. "10 seconds until seekers released. Says 75 staff 2106 U Bruh High Seek. 5 seconds until seekers released. 3 seconds until seekers released. 2 seconds until seekers released. 1 second until seekers released. The seekers have been released. Player 247527286, Barrel, was killed by staff 2106. Fabio STRXX5, Mossy Cobblestone, was killed by staff 2106. Says 75 Lansica U staff is Amzing Seeker. Says 75 staff 2106 U yes. Gained 15 points for surviving 1 minute. Phonics 8541, hey, was killed by staff 2106. You are now hidden. You are now visible. Says 5 Big Batten 55916 hashtag up. Says 5 Big Batten 55916 guys. You are now hidden. You are now visible. Says 5 Big Batten 55916 shut up. You cannot go solid here. Says Says 75 Lansica you know. Follow our Twitter at The Hive MC. The remaining block types have been revealed to the seekers. Gained 15 points for surviving 2 minutes. You received the Seeker Smasher 1000. Our Sneeze 5833, Mossy Cobblestone, was killed by staff 2106. You are now hidden. You are now visible. Says 50 Crescent200705 U level 5 should be the one to be quiet. You cannot go solid here. Find an empty block. Player 247527286 was killed by Wolfsbane 5, Barrel. Says 5 Big Batten 55916 it'll be under your beds if you don't shut up. Says 75 Staff 2106 you can't lol. Says 70 Jimmy James Gamer Scary. Says 75 Lansica U level 5 should know its place. Player 247527286 was killed by Wolfsbane 5, Barrel. Says 50 Crescent200705 you so scared of a baby level 5. Gained 15 points for surviving 3 minutes. Says 75 Staff 2106 you. Says 75 Staff 2106 you not lol. Says 67. Says 75 Staff 2106 U level 5 is funny. Player 247527286 was killed by Komaru 7705, Melon. Says 50 Crescent200705 you. If you cannot do math, look at me explain to you that we are a much higher level love. Says 75 staff. Says 67 Wolf Spain 5 you agree. Says 75 Lansica you level 5 has no manners. Says 75 staff 2106 you level 5 is bad. Player 247527286 was killed by David's sheep, mossy cobblestone. Says 5 Big Batten 55916 no I'm not. Says 5 Big Batten 55916 use AR. Says 75 staff 2106 you yes you are. Komaru 7705, Melon, was killed by Wolfsbane 5. Says 50 Crescent200705 you is baby trying to speak up? Shame. Says 75 staff 2106 you shut up level 5. Says 5 Big Batten 55916 what are you trying to speak up? Says 75 Lansica you only level 5. Says 75 staff 21. Crescent200705 joined. 7/16. Headed cat. C. Nubert joy. You voted for Talavera. Says 5 Big Batten 55916 shut up. Says 5. Voting has ended. Talavera won with 4 votes. Says 50 Crescent200705 you poor baby level 5. Says 75 staff 2106 you shut up level 5 or sweat. 20 seconds until seekers released. You are now hidden. 10 seconds until seekers released. Says 75 staff 21. 3 seconds until seekers released. 2 Says 50 Crescent200705 you should we sing a lullaby? Crescent200705. You are now visible. You are a seeker. Find and kill all the hiders. You will be released in 5 seconds. Wolfsbane 5, Oak Leaves, was killed by Crescent20. Says 75 staff 2106 you or cry level 5. Says one-headed cat 050954 call. Says 75 staff 2106 you high level at. Says one-headed cat 05. Says two-headed cat 050954 HAB are you. Says 5 Big Batten 55916 you know I won last round. Says two-headed cat 05095467. Plum Python 964, Oak Leaves, was killed by staff. Says two-headed cat 050954 is Bess. Says 75 staff 2106 you yes. Vor Pro, Jungle Planks, was killed by Wolfsbane 5. King Axe 3415, Melon, was killed by staff 2106. Headed cat 050954, Oak Leaves, was killed by Crescent200705. The remaining block types have been revealed to the seekers. Big Batten 55916, Melon, was killed by Crescent200705. Schmal 355110, Oak Leaves, was killed by staff 2106. Brodexy, Oak Leaves, was killed by King Axe 3415. Says 50 Crescent200705 you level 5, are you gonna cry now? Says 50 Crescent200705 you yun were caught shame. Some Saucer 71401, Jungle Planks, was killed by Crescent200705. Marmac Hot, Note Block, was killed by Wolfsbane 5. Says 75 staff 2106 you level 5 cry now or else I ban your bed. Says 50 Crescent200705 you maybe he is using AI for a comeback. Says 75 staff 2106 UO. Says 5 Big Batten 55916 just because I'm level 5 does not make me a noob you know. Says 75 staff 2106 you cry level 5. Says 5 Big Batten 55916 I'm not. Says 75 staff 2106 you cry now. Says 5 Big Batten 55916 gonna cry you baby. Says 75 staff 2106 you I'm not lol. Didn't get. Says 67 Wolfsbane 5 ULVL5 mommy is waiting for bedtime. Says 75 staff 2106 you go to bed level 5. Says 75 staff 2106 you or mum call you. Says 50 Crescent200705 you maybe you'll get a cookie if you do. Says 5 Big Batten 55916 I don't go to bed until 12 o'clock. Says 50 Crescent200705 you oh no poor big boy. Says 75 staff 2106 you go. Says 75 staff 2106 you or else you poor. Says 5 Big Batten 55916 nope. Says 75 staff 2106 you poor noob. Says 50 Crescent 20. Welcome to the Hive. You have 4 online. Says error 422-8355 perfecto. Staff 2106 wants you to join their party. Open. Joined Lansica's party. Says Annie 3536 UJA by. Attempt. Says 75 Lansica you let's see what level 5 can do. Crescent200705, Melon, was killed by staff 2106. Says 75 Lansica you show us. Need help? Go to support.playhive.com. Says 75 staff 2106 U poor level 5. Says 75 Lansica you stop typing and seek. The remaining block types have been revealed to the seekers. Says 75 staff 2106 U. Says 75 staff 2106 U. Says 50 Crescent200705 U we meant level 5. Says 67 Wolf. Plum Python 964, Melon, was killed by Crescent200705. Says 75 staff 20. Says 75 staff 210. Says 67 Wolfsbane 5 U ha 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 ha. Says 75 Lansica you shame. Says 75 staff 2106 U yes. Says 67 Wolfsbane 5 U ha 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 funny staff. Says 5 Big Batten 55916 I have $1,000 you know I'm better than you. Says 75 staff 2106 U yes I'm funny. Says 51 Crescent200705 U it took you so long to type that? Poor baby. Says 75 staff 2106 U I have 4,000. Says 5 Big Batten 55916 I'm 15 years old. Says 75 staff 2106 U you don't have even one bucks. Says 51 Crescent200705 U good for you. Says 67 Wolfsbane 5 U ha 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 shame still a baby. Game over. The sneaky hiders won the game. Says 75 staff 20. Crescent 20. This member is already in your party. This member is already in your party. You voted for Harborstead. Voting has ended. Found someone breaking the rules? Says 5 Big Batten 55916 I have 20 seconds until seekers released. Says 75 staff 2106 U Says 75 staff 2106 U I have 10,000. 10 seconds until seekers released. 5 seconds until seekers released. 3 seconds until seekers released. 2 seconds until seekers released. 1 second until seekers released. The seekers have been released. You cannot go solid here. Find an empty block. You are now hidden. Says 5 Big Batten 55916 that's not true. Says 75 Staff 2106 You meme block. Plumpython 964, Darkstone Wall, was killed by Big Batten 55916. You are now visible. You cannot go solid here. Find an empty block. Says 51 Crescent2007. You cannot go solid here. Says 67 Wolfsbane 5U Probilly. Says 5 Big Batten 55916 I think you do. You cannot go solid here. Find an empty block. Says 5 Big Batten 55916 I have my own money you know. Says 75 Staff 2106 You I'm better. Says 75 Staff 2106 You shut up level 5. Says 5 Big Batten 55916 to buy Robux. The remaining block types have been revealed to the seekers. Gained 15 points for surviving 2 minutes. You received the Seeker Smasher 1000. Says 51 Crescent200705 You Robux is nothing compared to actual money. Says 75 Staff 2106 You level 5 by all. You cannot go solid here. Find an empty block. You cannot go solid here. Find an empty block. You cannot go solid here. Find an empty block. Says 67 Wolfsbane 5U from Mommy. Says 8 Baratuba 972855767. You cannot go solid here. Find an empty block. Gained 15 points for surviving 3 minutes. Neverhood 7131, Azalea Leaves, was killed by Plumpython 96. You cannot go solid here. Find an empty block. Says 75 Staff 20. Says 75 Staff 2106 You I don't know. You are now hidden. You are now visible. Says 51 Crescent200705 You shame, did you use your 2 brain cells for that comeback or chat GPT? You cannot go solid here. Says 67 Wolfsbane 5 You ha 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 ha. Gained 15 points for surviving 4 minutes. Says 75 Staff 2106 You he's bully in Roblox. Jetchenixone, Azalea Leaves, was killed by Plumpython 9. You cannot go solid here. Find an empty block. Says 75 Staff 2106 You bruh. Says 5 Big Batten 55916 I'm leaving yous are so annoying. Says 6. Says 51 Crescent200705 You bye bye baby, it is bedtime. DEDBTP CAX 50. You cannot go solid here. Find an empty. Says 75 Staff 2106 You I am 1x1x1x1. Lena 4289 joined. 15/16. RD 6742 joined. 15/16. Pepe JR 44. Roseconk 9978 joined. Says 67 Wolf Spain 5U live now on YT. 20 seconds until seekers released. Says 75 Staff 2106U I will hide. 10 seconds until seekers released. 5 seconds until seekers released. 3 seconds until seekers released. You are now hidden. 2 Puppy girl Lilith has come online. Says 51 Crescent200705 we can maybe last more than 1 minute now that you are hiding. A Schultz has come on. This member is already in your party. This member is already in your party. This says 75 Staff 2106U he. Says 1 Pepe JR44S. Says 9 Rose Conk 9978 GG. The current seeker has not found anyone yet. Rose Conk 9978 was randomly selected to help. Follow our Twitter at The Hive MC. A Schultz joined the party. The remaining block types have been revealed to the seekers. Gained 15 points for surviving 2 minutes. You received the Seeker Smasher 1000. Says 1 Pepe JR44 ahahahaha. A Schultz left your party. You are now visible. You Says 67 Wolf Spain 5U why are you running? Says 75 Staff 2106U I don't know. Staff 2106, Mossy Cobblestone, was killed by Roseconk 9978. Says 75 Staff 2106U NVM. Says 67 Wolf Spain 5U Nubu. RD 6742, hey, has left the game. Says 51 Crescent200705 Nubu. Gained 15 points for surviving 3 minutes. Pepe JR44, hey, was killed by Roseconk 9978. Says 75 Staff 2106 no non. Says 75 Staff 2106 no. Gained 15 points for surviving 4 minutes. Lansica, Melon, was killed by Roseconk 9978. Says DEDBTP CAX 5924, hey, was killed by the Ma ID 8868. Crescent200705 Beryl was killed by Crescent200705. Game over. Phase Blake 141548 joined. You voted for Talavera. Imperator 6304 joined. 16/16. Says 67 Wolf Spain 5 U Staff I. Join our. Set your block to oak leaves. "20 seconds until seekers released. "10 seconds until seekers released. 5 seconds until seekers released. 3 seconds until seekers released. 2 seconds until seekers released. 1 second until seekers released. The seekers have been released. Staff 2106, Melon, was killed by Crescent200705. You are a seeker. Find and kill all the hiders. You will be released in 5 seconds. Wolf Spain 5, Oak Leaves, was killed by Crescent200705. Phase Blake 141548, Oak Leaves, was killed by Crescent200705. Ogrechik 5269, Bookshelf, was killed by Staff 2106. Grudamashtisi, Oak Leaves, was killed by Phase Blake 141548. Pephead JR 44, Bookshelf, was killed by Ogrechik 5269. Berserk 556, Oak Leaves, was killed by Staff 2106. Imperator 6304, Jungle Planks, was killed by Crescent200705. Young Ricky 83, Note Block, was killed by Ogrechik 5269. Roseconch 9978, Melon, was killed by Staff 2106. The remaining block types have been revealed to the seekers. Steve the Lad 1, Note Block, was killed by Young Ricky 83. Leaner Cloth 6, Jungle Planks, was killed by Berserk 556. Lansica, Jungle Planks, was killed by Wolfsbane 5. Game over. Didn't get your Creeper Freund 13 joined. You voted for hospital. Beanmix 13 joined. 15/16. Voting has ended. Hospital 1 with 9. Set your block to quartz. Says 67 Wolf Spain 5 you live now on YT. "20 seconds until seekers released." Says 75 Staff 2106 you high seek. 10 seconds, you are now hidden. 5 seconds until seekers released. 2 seconds until seekers released. 1 second until seekers released. The seekers have been released. Roseconch 9978, crafting table, was killed by Staff 2106. Leaner Cloth 6, Birch Planks, was killed by Staff 2106. Gained 15 points for surviving 1 minute. You are now visible. You are now hidden. Crescent200705, Oak Leaves, was killed by Roseconch 9970. Says 67 Wolf Spain 5 Unulu. Steve the Lad 1, crafting table, was killed by Staff 2106. Grudamish TC, Oak Leaves, was killed by Staff 2106. The remaining block types have been revealed to the seekers. Gained 15 points for surviving 2 minutes. You received the Seeker Smasher 1000. Lansica, Oak Leaves. Says 67 Wolf Spain. Says 67 Wolf Spain 5 you know. Says 75 Staff 2106 you I am sorry Lansica. Stiffed I am Popo, Oak Leaves, was killed by Steve the Lad 1. Says 75 Lansica UNPLOL. Says 75 Staff 2106 you okay. You are now visible. You are now hidden. You are now visible. You are now hidden. You are now visible. Gained 15 points for surviving 3 minutes. Need help? Go to support.playhive.com. You are a seeker. Find Says 51 Crescent200705 Unulu. Says 75 Staff 2106 Unice. A Schultze has gone offline. Berserk 556, Polished Andesite, was killed. Says 51 Crescent200705 UGG. Says 75 Staff 2106 UGG. Malpat. Gun Nuclear 123 joined. 11/16. You voted for Harborstead. Awisk joined. 16/16. Voting has ended. Harborstead won with. Says 75 Staff 2106 U yes. "20 seconds until Seekers released. "10 seconds until Seekers released. 5 seconds until Seekers released. Says 51 Crescent200705 U stream is good content so far. 3 seconds until Seekers released. 2 seconds until Seekers released. 1 second until Seekers released. The Seekers have been released. You are now hidden. Activated llama balloon. 18 points. You are now visible. You are now hidden. Gain 15 points for surviving 1 minute. Taunt cooldown. Wait 27 seconds. Found someone breaking the rules? Report them with /report. Crescent200705, Apple Crate, has left the game. Crescent200705 left your party. Crescent200705 has gone offline. Crescent200705 has come online. You are now visible. Crescent2007. This member is already in your party. You cannot go solid here. Find an empty block. Says 67 Wolfsbane 5U thanks staff. Crescent200705 join the party. Says 75 staff 2106 UNP. The remaining block types have been revealed to the seekers. Gain 15 points for surviving 2 minutes. You cannot go solid here. Find an empty block. Warning, party chat is not private chat. Party Wolfsbane 5 staff, do you have Discord? Leaner Cloth 6, Blue Terracotta Pot, was killed by Malpat 8544. You are now hidden. You are now visible. You are now hidden. Activated llama balloon. 18 points. You are now visible. Says 75 staff 2106 I not have Discord. Gain 15 points for surviving 3 minutes. Says 75 staff 2106 I will download Soul. Says 7. You cannot go solid here. Find an empty block. Says Party Wolfsbane 5 thanks man. You cannot go solid here. Find an empty block. Says Party Staff 2106 NP. You are a seeker. Find and kill all the hiders. You will be released in 5 seconds. Wolfsbane 5, Azalea Leaves, was killed by Berserk 556. Staff 2106, Blue Terracotta Pot, was killed by Berserk 556. Says Party Crescent200705 YT-Channel. Kevin Bako, Apple Crate, was killed by Staff 2106. Mikonau's, Darkstone Wall, was killed by Junk Creature 241. Gun Nuclear 123, Bookshelf, was killed by Malpat 8544. Conzio 283, Blue Terracotta Pot, was killed by Malpat 8544. Game over. The sneaky hiders won the game. Follow our Says Party Staff 2106 Nice hack. Said you voted for Harvest. Alb Green joined. Says 75 Staff 2106 you at a seeker. Rest of 7029 joined. Says 75 Staff 2106 UNP. Voting has ended. Harvest 1 with 10. Set your block to barrel. "20 seconds until seekers released. "10 seconds until seekers released. 5 seconds until seekers released. 3 seconds until seekers released. 2 seconds until seekers released. You are now hidden. 1 second until seekers. Says Pig 7658895, Melon, has left the game. Poker 4200, hey, was killed by Scowling Foil 293. Gained 15 points for surviving 1 minute. Rest of 7029, Mossy Cobblestone, has left the game. This member is already in your party. This member, Young Ricky 83, joined the party. Says Party Wolfsbane 5 murd after this. Party ownership given to Wolfsbane 5 by Lansica. Says Party Staff 2106 OK. The remaining block types have been revealed to the seekers. Gained 15 points for surviving 2 minutes. You received the seekers. Activated llama balloon. 18 points. You are now visible. You are now hidden. You are now visible. You are now hidden. Taunt cooldown. Wait 28 seconds. Follow our Twitter at The Hive MC. Gain 15 points for surviving 3 minutes. Taunt cooldown finished. You are now visible. You are now hidden. You are now visible. You cannot go solid here. Find an empty block. Staff 2106, Mossy Cobblestone, was killed by Says 75 Staff 2106 UNOOO. Leaner Cloth 6, Mossy Cobblestone, was killed by Poker 4200. Grudamish TC, Mossy Cobblestone, was killed by Wolfsbane 5. Berserk 556, Barrel, was killed by Wolfsbane 5. Staff 2106 left your party. Staff 2106 has gone offline. Ogrechick 5269, Melon, was killed by Leaner Cloth 6. You are out of energy. Wait for your energy to recharge. You are out of energy. Wait for your energy to recharge. You are out of energy. Wait for your energy to recharge. Game over. The sneaky hiders won the game. This member is already in your party. This member is already. Awisk joined. Hertzen barely joined. Wolf, Young Ricky 83 left your party. Young Ricky 83. Staff 2106 joined the party. You voted for office. Car 1X joined. 16/16. Voting has ended. Says 68 Staff 2106 you I'm auto-leaved. Puppy Girl Lilith has gone offline. Says 68 Staff 2106 you sorry. No teaming. Teamers will. Says 68 Staff 2106 you I don't know. Join our Discord, run/Discord or visit discord.gg/hive. Says 38 Wolfsbane 5 you live now on YT. Says 68 Staff 2106 you okay nice. You've received a one-shot bow. Use wisely or you'll be eliminated. Game over. The innocents won this round. You survived. Wolf YT-Channel joined. 5/16. You voted for Castletown. Snipers 700 joined. 15/16. Hot Island 9526 joined. 16/16. Valerka 05. Voting has ended. Castletown won with innocent. Try to survive. Collect gold coins to earn rewards. No teaming. Teamers will be banned. The Emerald Armory key has been found. Says 38 Wolfsbane 5U live now on YT. The Ruby Armory key has been found. Says 68 Staff 2106U yes. The Sapphire Armory key has been found. Quest complete. The armory gates are unlocking. Claim your arrow at the armory chest. You've received a one-shot bow. Use wisely or you'll be eliminated. Didn't get your store purchase? Try/fix purchase. Game over. The innocents won this round. Wolves. Walnutsage 7. This member is already in your party. You voted for backrooms. Voting has ended. Backrooms won with 10. Innocent. Try to survive. Collect gold coins to earn rewards. No teaming. Teamers will be banned. The sheriff has died. Find the magnifying glass to become the new sheriff. A new sheriff has arrived. Tree98873 has come online. Game over. The innocents won this round. You survived. You Wolf, Benny Tech joined. 1260. You voted for Backrooms. Oli NEKVX 2008 joined. 16/16. Voting has ended. Backrooms won with 10. Need help? Go to support.playhive.com. Sheriff. Eliminate the murderer using your zapper. Be careful, wrongful kills will eliminate you. No teaming. Teamers will be banned. You died. You will be taken to the... The sheriff has died. Find the magnifying glass to become the new sheriff. A new sheriff has arrived. Game over. The innocents won this round. Says 68 staff. Says 38 Wolf Spain 5 you ha 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 ha. Wolf's Sunflower Strife joined. 6/16. You voted for museum. Voting has ended. Museum won with 9. Innocent. Try to survive. Collect gold coins to earn rewards. No teaming. Teamers will be banned. The sheriff has died. Find the magnifying glass to become the new sheriff. You've received a one-shot bow. Use wisely or you'll be eliminated. A new sheriff has arrived. The The sheriff has died. Find the magnifying glass to become the new sheriff. You died. You will be taken to the... Says party Crescent200705 YT-Channel. Says party wolves. Says party staff 2106 sorry. Says party Wolfsbane 5 part of the game. Tree98873 has gone offline. Game over. The murderer won this round. Says 68 staff 20. Says 38 Wolfsbane 5 you well done. Says 68 staff 2106 UGG. Wolves. NYX Game 999 joined. You voted for backrooms. XX Hario 28XX joined. 16/16. Says 68 staff 21. Innocent. Try to survive. Collect gold coins to earn rewards. No teaming. Teamers will be banned. Says 38 Wolfsbane 5 you staff claim sued. Says 68 staff 2106 you yes. Game over. The innocents won this round. Says 68. Says 68 staff 2106 you but yes. Wolf. Fatus SJ joined. 15/16. You voted for backrooms. Voting has ended. Backrooms won with Innocent. Says 38 Wolfsbane 5 you I will PC you and explain. No teaming. Teamers will be banned. Says 68 staff 2106 you okay. The sheriff has died. Find the magnifying glass to become the new sheriff. A new sheriff has arrived. Game over. Wolf, Gastus 28, Marika 4690 joined. 16/16. Says 38 Wolfsbane 5 you I will work out your code. Says party staff 2106 what? 4 of the players you invited weren't valid. Says Party Wolf Spain 5 to get your suit. Says Party Wolf Spain 5 your code is OFST9. Says Kiko 7. Says Staff 2106 U yes. Says Sofer 2005 U. Says Kiko 7. Says Sofer 2005 U. Says Sofer 2005 U. Says Kiko 7. Says Kiko 7. Says Kiko 7. Says Wolf Spain 5 you look at Lansica. You can claim it with a code in backrooms. Says Kiko 7. Says Party Wolf Spain 5 do you have the suit? Says Noise 6464 I'm playing until I get a dirt block from the owner. Says Staff 2106 you I will make it if a game. Follow our Twitter at the Hive MC. Says Neoris G plus meow. Says Sofer 2005 U. Says Sofer 2005 U. Says Kiko 7. Says Sofer 2005 U. Says Kiko 7. Says Sofer 2005 U. Says The Kuki Katuni I have no friends. Says Party Staff 2106 okay I will make it if again game and map backrooms. Says Kiko 7. Says Kiko 7. Says Kiko 7. Party Wolf Spain 5. Says Kiko 7. Says Kiko 7. Says Kiko 7. Says Party Crescent200705 in the backrooms map in MM with the purple truck in the garage. Go to the library and enter code in computer. Says Kiko 7. Says Kiko 7. Finding you again. Wolf. LBRW joined. Young Ricky 83 joined. 166. Cac Mace Feet 32 joined. You voted for backrooms. Apfelmus 4603 joined. 16/16. Innocent. Try to survive. Collect gold coins to earn rewards. No teaming. Teamers will be banned. Says 68 Staff 2106U. Says Says 61 Earning Osprey 89 You eating me. Join our Discord, run/Discord or visit discord.gg/hive. Says 68 Staff 2106U because this back roam. Game over. The Innocents won this round. You survived. You were. Says Party Wolf Spain 5. Next is last round for Wolf. Cheesy Toasty joined. 7/16. Blood Ocean 44 joined. 8/16. Player Turk 3 joined. You voted for Castletown. Bravery Tribe joined. 16/16. Says 68 Staff 2106U. Says Party Wolves. The Emerald Armory key has been found. No teaming. Teamers will be banned. The Sapphire Armory key has been found. The Ruby Armory key has been found. Quest complete. The armory gates are unlocking. Claim your arrow at the armory chest. Says 39 Cheesy Toasty. You know it's JS Kazur saying what and it's kinda rude slash. Game over. The Innocents won this round. Says 68 Staff. Says Party Wolf Spain 5 offline. Wolf. Crescent200705 left your party. Crescent200705 has gone offline. Lansica left your party. You must have 3 or more players in your party to use party chat. Says